There's no better time to find these tremendous Mazda savings than right now at Team Mazda. Get 0% financing on any new Mazda CX-5, Mazda CX-30, Mazda CX-50, or the Mazda CX-90. Find out just how much you can save at Team Mazda on Airline.
When the weather gets about 20 degrees cooler. Talking about flying, you guys. A good day to fly. Baton Rouge departures are on time. New Orleans, I'm not quite sure.
Well, we're talking about flying because we did it, sorry, just a minute ago on the big show. Yeah, actually, a 7th grader. He's actually, he's going to get his pilot's license when he's 17, but this kid is the first in the Norfolk Flying Academy there to graduate that young. He's already has 60 hours of flight training.
Wow.
He just has to wait until he's legally old enough to get a pilot's license.
Which is 17.
Yeah.
John, you said you got yours at 26?
26, yeah. You have to have ground school and pass the ground test.
Yeah.
Then you have to have 20 hours of instruction with an instructor.
Okay.
And before you get your check ride, you have to have 20 hours of solo flight signed off on by your
That was the solo, your first solo.
My first solo, and then one of those solos has to be 3-point landing, 250 miles away from home base. Yeah, so it's like, wow.
Were you kind of freaked out your first solo?
I was freaking out.
Were you really?
I was
That's
nervous,
scary.
nervous. But it was a gorgeous day like today.
Yeah.
I went from here to Beaumont, and Beaumont to DeRidder maybe? I can't remember. It was just a triangle back to Baton Rouge, and it's like,
wow.
It was a lot of fun.
I've been up with Johnny.
It's a lot of
fun.
fun.
How'd that turn out?
I bet. Well, he didn't know me real well. Now, my question to Matt is, now that you know me, would you go up?
Oh, you damn right I would. Absolutely. I love it.
He trusts you.
Absolutely. Here's the thing.
We trust you.
I was up there. It was Hurricane Ivan. 2004. And so we were going up there to shoot the lack of contraflow coming out of New Orleans. The interstates were just locked up. It took people like 10, 11, 12 hours to get from New Orleans to Baton Rouge. And so the news director at the time, Vicki Zimmerman, calls me up early morning and said, "Hey kiddo, you're gonna go up in the big plane. And I said, "Fantastic, big plane, I can
like
do
a
that."
commercial plane.
Big plane. And so I get into the hangar over there, and I walk out, and I get to this tiny little thing, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And I thought it was a big plane. And it was Johnny. He's like, "There's the big plane. The small plane you passed over here. The small plane was a bicycle with a helmet on it. I swear that's all it was."
Cessna 152.
They don't have names.
Would have been in his. We had a Cessna 172, which was the 4-seater.
I said, "Look, here's the deal. I'm going to throw up. I know I am. Do you have?" He's like, "I don't." Go into the kitchen over here. There's a kitchen, whatever. Just grab a garbage bag. And so I did. My problem was it was warm, and I was going from a 2D camera to a 3D reality, and 2D camera. And so it was a little bouncy, not because of Johnny, just because of, the turbulence up there. We shot for about 20, 30 minutes, and he took me back home after I threw up. But I digress. I would absolutely go up with Johnny again. That moment was all about just me and the circumstances. He's a great pilot.
Would Ivan be the one that they started to talk about contraflow?
Oh, yes. And so that was 04. And then everybody's like, what is going on? Why do we have these interstates? We got these lanes. They should all be headed one direction. Wow. I think they call it something. Yes, they do. Contraflow. And then when Katrina was
1 year later.
Exactly right. We had contraflow moving. And if you had not had it, folks, it could have been even worse. I mean, Katrina was obviously legend. But yeah, that was 04 leading up to. But yeah,
I think about Helene and some of the stories coming out of the Northeast reminds me that's their Katrina.
Oh, absolutely.
Their mountainside of it. Yeah.
Because there are some towns there that are unrecognizable, and the flooding. And unfortunately, the count is going to go up because there's still hundreds of people that are missing. They haven't been found yet. So it's total devastation.
Your sister is right in the middle of this.
Oh my gosh, her business.
How's she doing?
Yeah, they're doing okay. Thankfully, they are physically okay. Their home is okay. They're just dealing with that power and cell service, which at the end of the day, they're fine. It's their employees. They have a barbecue restaurant in Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville,
all of their employees. Asheville is a service industry-driven town, so if you don't have a place to serve, if you don't have a job, you're not going to make it. Yep. All of these people, they're going to have to find another job while they have to rebuild their homes. Because we're talking about employees who are coming in from places like you've probably heard Chimney Rock, Black Mountain, Spruce Pine, all these places that have been decimated. There's not even a town anymore. So what does that mean moving forward? They don't know. They don't know. So right now, everyone keeps asking, are you guys going to come back? There's nothing to come back to. What does rebuilding even look like? Right? So there's a lot for the whole Southeast. Tennessee's dealing with it. Florida's dealing with it. Georgia's dealing with it. But it's going to be a long road to recovery. It is their Katrina, to your point, Johnny.
There are ways to help out, from Salvation Army to Red Cross. If you can find a way to do it, please do. Okay, so as we continue to focus on our friends and family out there, when we get back into South Louisiana, peeking over your shoulder. That ain't bad, my man.
Oh, wow, that's really nice. I did not see that. Thank you so much, Matt. Yeah, great segue into Our Lady of the Lake Sky 9. That is a good-looking sunrise that we have, kind of splitting the uprights over the downtown area on a morning where we're starting out not just looking good, but feeling really good. 67 degrees out your door. We love to see that, and we've got more 60s for you in the upcoming 10-day forecast. Meantime, dew points take a dip for today, so it feels okay out there, but they go right back up Friday, Saturday, going into the weekend because we'll get some of that Gulf moisture. It's not going to translate to a lot in the rain gauges, and then cold front comes to town. Look at that. This actually just changed over, and now that final dew point on Tuesday down into the upper 50s. So now you know I'm not just talking to talk. We actually will have a good chance. At least some parts of the viewing area should even see the 50s, I would say, later on in the 10-day forecast. Here's a look at a beast of a storm right here. That is major Category 3 Hurricane Kirk, and Kirk right behind it, literally right on its heels. That is Tropical Storm Leslie. Let's see if it's still a tropical storm. It is. It's expected to become a hurricane too, literally going to follow the same path as Kirk, and there you see Kirk expected to become a Cat 4, so it's going to be a beast. Now back over here, this wave has gone down from 40%, now 30%, and I really don't even think it's going to get a name when it eventually does emerge into the Gulf. Here's what's going to happen. This moisture, this tropical moisture with this low, is going to actually move towards the eastern Gulf. Some of that moisture will really clip our coastline. That's why our coastline over the next couple of days might have a slightly higher chance of seeing rain, but then that cold front moves through Monday into Tuesday, and that knocks everything out of here, takes the moisture away, takes the rain chances away as well. So it's definitely manageable. Matter of fact, like I said, over the next couple of days with very small chances of rain, not even a guarantee that Baton Rouge even gets wet weather, and we could end up being dry for the whole 10-day. But the farther south you go to the coast, south of New Orleans to Morgan City, they've got a better chance of rain. And unfortunately, even though it is good news for Louisiana, it's not such good news for Florida and the eastern Gulf. They are looking at getting inundated once again over the next several days there. 92 for us, only a 20% chance in the afternoon, so you probably won't even need the rain gear for today. Keep your outdoor weekend plans. Should be fine. 30% Saturday, right back down to 20% on Sunday, and the temperature's not bad. Then we got some Friday evening football for you. Friday night, Southern Lab, Denham Springs, Santa Ma, Dutchtown, Plaquemine, Westville. Could be an isolated shower early in the evening, but the rest of the forecast is really in good shape. Then we take you to the 10-day forecast, which shows next week, Monday through Friday, even beyond Monday through Friday. We are looking great. And then check out these low temperatures. At the end of the 10-day, we've got some low 60s, which means, yes, some places north of Baton Rouge, next week, they will drop down to the 50s. So, yeah, welcome to October, finally, right? 7:10 out your door. We'll send it over to our WAFB pilot, Johnny Asian.
And we're flying slowly on the interstates right now, especially coming in from Port Allen. A little backup right before LA1 to the LA1 on-ramp, where that on-ramp kind of merges and creates a little bit of a bottleneck. I-12 not really any worse than a few minutes ago. Slowest traffic between Pete's Highway and Forest Club Road, then a little brake tapping right there at O'Neill Lane. Do want to go down and tell you about a closure. Florida at 15th Street. It's going to be all day Saturday while they repair the railroad crossing or replace that railroad crossing trestle right there. Big, significant closure, full closure, both directions of Florida Boulevard right there by Ivy's Lawnmower, so be aware of that. And we kind of spin you out to another closure that could affect a lot of us. Perkins Road on-ramp off of Perkins Road onto I-10 westbound. You know that on-ramp well. There's Pyrans right in that area. And, of course, Trader Joe's and Acme Oyster on the other side. That ramp will be closed from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, all day Saturday. So 2 significant Saturday closures to be aware of. More closures to tell you about between now and 9 o'clock. We'll be right back with more of 9 News Now. Stay with us.
Hey, at 7:12, I want to get you caught up on a few things, including we're working to learn a bit more about the death of an employee at CF Industries in Donaldsonville.
Yes, a spokesperson with the company tells us this employee died after being injured on the job sometime Wednesday. Still working to find out the identity of that employee, along with what really happened here. All we're told is that death happened there, that employee dying at the hospital after making their way to that hospital. As soon as we get those details, we're going to update the story and push it out to you through the 9 News app.
If you're waking up in Slaughter, I want to let you know you're waking up to a boil water advisory this morning.
Just a heads up here, we're going to let you know. They were told this is due to equipment failure, so when this advisory is lifted, we're going to let you know. But in the meantime, boil your water.
Hey, good opportunity to get registered to vote and maybe actually meet a few of the folks in your particular part of the world. Up in Baker, District 5, a community meeting tonight.
Happens at 645 Impact Charter School. It's going to be about 2 hours there, but a great opportunity to bring your friends and family, especially if they're not registered to vote.
Get your friends and family, gather around the television and watch a Pelicans game for absolutely free, Liz.
Free?
Brand new
Yes.
channel, brand new network to broadcast these games.
We're so excited about the Golf Course Sports and Entertainment Network. We have a whole website dedicated to find out how you can fine-tune your TV to make sure you can watch it free on 9.3.
Right.
3. You heard that
9.3.
right.
9.3. This is really, look, I mean, the Pelicans have an opportunity to truly be a regional team. Ain't no NBA team in Arkansas. Ain't no NBA team in Mississippi. Ain't no NBA team in Alabama. There's one in Louisiana. Become the regional team. This may help them do that.
Yeah, and expand that viewership across the way. That's going to be awesome for young Pels fans to grow up and watch those games.
There was a lot of ain'ts there. We got a lot of ain'ts. We need to fix that.
Why haven't they asked me to do a little segment on that channel?
Now they will. You will have your own show.
Oh, 15 years ago, he looked at me after one sports debacle and said, "You're no longer allowed to talk sports on TV."
Yeah.
You're a big fan. You're a huge fan. I mean, you're a Louisiana kid. You've grown up. I mean,
That's
absolutely.
He supports
Sports
all
fan?
Louisiana things.
Absolutely.
That's it. So we can get behind this, watching the Pels.
Absolutely.
Come
I'd
on.
fly with you and
Go to
listen to
Southern
you.
game this
Absolutely.
weekend. Have you tailgated at Southern at the Bluff before? Oh my God.
Yes. I tell you, everyone knows here knows how to throw a party, and this weekend especially, Southern and Nichols.
That's right. That'll be good.
Is the Eden gonna be good?
It's time to gear up for game day at Team Toyota. Right now, get a new 24 Tacoma for just $269 a month, or get 2.99% financing for 72 months on a new Toyota Tundra. Score thousands in savings on your new Toyota from Team Toyota. I-12 at O'Neill.